Special good morning to our listeners, those of you via Classic Radio 105.5, 105.9. Good morning and welcome to another edition of To The Point. Also, those of you who are viewing via GBN TV, whether you're viewing Channel 7, Channel 11 or Channel 20, good morning. What about our social media platforms? Those of you via our YouTube channels, those of you via our Facebook page, good morning and welcome to another edition of To The Point. I'm your host, GT. I'll be with you for the next hour. And on Wednesdays, we do, of course, have various representatives from government departments, whether it's the minister or a particular department pops in, and we do have that conversation with them. This morning with us, I think it's the first time I'm having a conversation with this particular minister. As I said, a minister. We're talking with the Honorable Tevin of the Sister Isle of Carriacou. Let's go over and say good morning to Honorable Tevin. Good morning to you. How are you this morning, sir? Good morning, and welcome to The Point.
Hi, good morning. I'm doing well, and thank you very much for hosting me this morning.
All right. How's things in Carriacou? I haven't been there in a wee bit.
In a wee bit?
Yeah. A wee bit could be years too, but I'm trying to make it sound good.
I don't know plan to see you here. I saw it. But Carriacou is great. I mean, it's one of the safest and best place to be in the Caribbean, and I would dare say the world. Mm-hmm. So Carriacou, and Carriacou is good.
All right.
We're happy, and of course, I'm using the opportunity to encourage people to come up to Carriacou. If you want that place to relax, to rejuvenate, to find yourself, just to relax, that place is Carriacou. If you want the hustle and the bustle and so on, go somewhere else. But if you just want to relax,
take the load off your shoulders, as some folks would say.
Trust me, my colleagues always tell me when they come to Carriacou, they just feel to rest. They can stay here because it's just, it gets a stress. It's a stress-free island.
All right.
Really.
All right. Well, once again, thank you. Let's get into the meat of our conversation this morning. Development in Carriacou. You've been the MP inside of Carriacou for the last 14 months or so, if you could put it like that. How has the development in Carriacou? If we could kick it off like how's things in Carriacou in terms of development-wise?
Development-wise, I think we're doing very well. And probably I can start off with a $3.2 million UAE Caribbean Development Fund solar PV project. It's a 600 kilowatt solar PV project. A project that should have started since 2018. Didn't start thanks to this administration, thanks to the Minister for Environment and Renewable Energy, and of course the Minister for Mobilization and Implementation. They all work together with the various stakeholders to get this project going. And this project has certainly will reduce the need for fuel consumption by a great deal. And of course, it has also pumped a lot of money. As I said, it's $3.2 million. It has pumped a lot of money in our economy. It has provided jobs for quite a number of people. And the project is near to completion, but it's going well. Another thing that we're doing is placing a number of emphasis on agriculture. Limle, which is we hope to make it a model livestock farm. It was back then, but unfortunately, successive governments did not place so much emphasis on the farm. So a number of time and resources have been spent there. I know the farmhouse is presently being renovated. It's a main office space, which was dilapidated, and we're spending quite a bit of money to upgrade that area. In addition, we are building areas to house some quality breed of livestock that hopefully will be here within the next month or two, because the idea is to make Limle Livestock Center one that is second to none. And that's what, as I said, was the past. That was what happened in the past. So bringing in high quality breed livestock into Carriacou, so that our farmers and the people in general could benefit from that. So a lot of money is being spent there. In agriculture, more so for fisheries, we spent a lot of money. This is the Petite Fishermen Association, and they're building their fisherman building or fisheries building is near to completion. In Windward here in Carriacou, we are building a brand new fish center, a fish market which has been it's dilapidated. Nothing has been done on it since the prior NDC administration. With cracked ceilings, molds, I mean, you name it. So we're building a brand new fish center. It's almost it's on the way. It's almost to completion. I think they're building the roof now, and that's a project that is welcomed by all. So I'm happy for that. In addition to that, we're building some toilet facility at our botanical garden, because it's an ongoing project to upgrade the Carriacou Botanical Gardens, and one of the complaints from residents is that they use the botanical gardens for recreational purposes and so on, but there's no bathroom facilities there. I'm happy as MP and as Minister that we've made some strides too. So that project, it's on the way. And certainly presently there's a project that is taking place in Mount Pleasant Government School. I'm happy as well to play a part in getting the project off the ground. So it's additional classrooms, bathroom, toilet, and kitchen at the Mount Pleasant Government School there. The Bel-Air Road, in terms of road projects, that's one of the major road projects that we're building. As a matter of fact, I was there yesterday. The work is progressing lovely. Again, just think about all the projects that I've mentioned so far. So you have the Limless Solar PV project. You have the you have the Limless Solar PV project. You have the work that is taking place at the Limless farm, the upgrade of the farmhouse. You have the work that's taking place in Windward at the fish market, and then you have the Bel-Air Road, and all the roads has been done. Just think about the hundreds of jobs this is creating for the local treatment, skillsmen, construction workers, and so on. In addition, the spill of it's having on the economy through the businesses, especially the hardware stores and so on, that sells the blocks, the cement, the steels, the cement, the gravel, the sand. You just name it, the truckmen, the machine operators. All of these people are positively impacted as a result of the construction work that's taking place on island. So the Bel-Air Road is a major road project. Is one of the major roads that leads to the hospital that has been neglected by successive government. In getting in, we made sure that was one of the top priority roads, and it's being done. And I'm happy with the progress that's been made there. You have two teams working on the project. One team doing retaining walls, and the other doing the concrete pavements and so on. I'm happy that, in addition to all of that, one of the things that residents have been clamoring about is, especially the drivers, is that we had to wait months to get our printed license or laminated license. What used to happen in the past, we pay for our license at the revenue office, and we get a receipt. The information is sent to Grenada, and we have to wait a month, 2 months, 3 months. Sometimes it never comes because wrong information is put in, and we have to do over the process all over again. I'm happy that under my stewardship, under my special project, we've teamed up with the Royal Grenada Police Force, and we now have a licensing unit in Carriacou. So what moved from you move from getting your license in a month or 4 months time to now less than 10 minutes, under 10 minutes. You just pay, you go into the unit, and in less than 10 minutes you get your printed laminated license. I mean, it sounds simple, and it is simple. And I just couldn't understand why successive government didn't get it done, because the equipment, it's not that expensive, to be quite honest. In addition to that, I'm happy that this administration took the bold step. Unlike what the former administration is saying that they've made deal with SVG, that's a whole different conversation. But I'm happy that this administration, through the Tourism Authority, and of course the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite has teamed up to work along with SVG here to move flights from at one point we had no flights. And when we got in, we moved from no flights to 3 flights a week. And now we have 5 flights per week. And we've listed a new plane specifically for the operations between Carriacou Grenada route. And we are now in negotiation to increase the 5 days per week to every day of the week, and possibility of increasing the number of flights per day.
All right.
So that's where we are. And all of this is taking place in 14 months as the parliamentary representative. So when I hear some people talk, especially the person that you had on yesterday, saying that nothing is taking place in Carriacou or nothing of substance is taking place in Carriacou, it leaves me to wonder, what planet is some individuals living on.
Well, as you mentioned that, Minister, my next question was actually leading to that, because I did have the for the opposition, and he's saying that nothing of substance was taking place in Carriacou.
JG, just 1 minute. That is just what I've mentioned is just a synopsis of a host of other things that is taking place in Carriacou, whether it's within the youth department. I heard talk about the youth. Nothing is happening for the youth and so on. For the first time in a very long time, we know the youth department is leading an initiative to teach steel pan music within the community. This administration and this ministry worked along with a team from Tobago, Trinidad, to come over here to tune our steel pans, and we're in the process of procuring new steel pans, so that throughout the communities of Carriacou, the students the youth and people could learn to play steel pan. In addition to that, we've contracted through state-owned agencies, contracted individuals to teach the community, but more so the youth how to play string band music and other instrument. Those are just some of the things. Another project that the youth department is doing again is trying to find young people who are interested in learning to dive, scuba diving, because it's a major industry in Carriacou. As a matter of fact, it's going to even take off even further by the Greater Tourism Authority through my pleading and working along with them, and through our stakeholders consultation that the GTA had in Carriacou. We will soon be having an underwater sculpture pack. So again, you will understand the need for more people to get into the scuba diving business, because reality is a number of the dive shops in Carriacou have to get people from outside to come here to work because our people are not interested. So we're trying to instill that within them. Right. But I can go on in terms of some of the other things that is happening within your department. But take into consideration that this is just 14 months. It's our first budget cycle. And it's 14 months of us getting into government. It's a new government. I think we've just settled. We have settled, and we're now starting to get things going. So again, it's 14 months. You can't compare a team that was there for 20 years to a team that has been there for 14 months. I mean, it's
all right. Well, I'm happy to hear of some of the developments that you spoke of this morning, and definitely is a lot in comparison to, of course, what we've been hearing. My next line of question has to do, and it seemed to be a topical issue that's going around lately on the mainland Grenada. Tell us, what's the present status of the low-income housing in Carriacou? That's question one of that. Question two is that, what is the reason behind the rescinding of the letters given to people before the last election for those houses? And the third part of that question is, will those people be given preference once again, or be selected for the houses? I just want a little clarification on that from your point.
So let me start with the last one. Will those people be given preference? Yes. As a matter of fact, 90% of the people were given preference. And the politician had absolutely nothing. I had absolutely nothing to do with the selection process. But mind you, working along with individuals, I wouldn't mention any names. Working along with individuals, we've made some suggestions, and hence more than 90% of the people who receive letters will receive the units. The start. You asked what's the status of it? I think the minister.
I was saying what is the reason behind the rescinding of the letters given to people before the last election?
The reason being because the proper protocols were not followed. No proper assessment or no assessment was done. The decision was a rush decision. I guess because of the elections was coming around, and you want some mileage and so on. So it was done in a rush. So no proper evaluation was done.
So you're saying that has been done now in this period now? Proper evaluation, everything is done now?
A team was set up to evaluate and assess, and out of the assessment, some decisions were made. So yes, because there are new people who have gotten onto it, and there are people who might not have been qualified then, but because circumstances changed, they've got on. In addition, the process as well of applying was done through the party office in a sense, and not necessarily through the housing authority or the division of housing, and a number of people didn't go to the party office to sign up for the housing, and we in this case, the new process sort of opened it up, where the politician didn't have, the say, and where the application wasn't done through the politician's office, but through the division, the Ministry of Housing, and so on. So yes.
All right. So you're saying basically the process or the status of it, that it's a go now. Folks will be receiving their homes as should be collecting as it is.
Yes, and I think the Minister for Housing and Housing Authority gave an update. What is happening now, I believe that the units are being retrofitted with the necessary amenities, cupboards and so on, kitchen cupboards and cupboards in the rooms and so on. So that's what is happening at present.
All right. We drew for a break, Minister. Let's take it. We're coming back. I still have lots to talk about. We'll be right back after the break. Stay with us, folks. It's To The Point for today, Wednesday, the 20th. We're coming right back.
Camping. Came and found it clean.
You frolicked in it, you thrived on it. And no matter what flag or latitude, our economies depend on it.
Yet look at you, out the window.
Mindlessly tossed, carelessly dumped, anywhere.
Take it just evaporates because you don't see it. Rivers,
gutters,
dump sites.
Our blue waters unite us.
Each singular act multiplies the pollution that plagues us, that
threatens the green and blue that sustains us.
But we can alter this cause
if we put waste to work. Not dumpable,
bankable.
Reuse it,
repurpose it,
recycle it,
create jobs, build industries.
It takes just you
and me
to translate green actions into blue oceans.
If given a chance, your plastic would choose to be put to more beneficial use. Choose recycling.
The biggest party in sport is back. CPL and WCPL return with more action than ever before.
No, are you kidding me?
Watch the biggest names in cricket battle it out in the race for glory.
Brilliantly. Celebrate some more.
Get your tickets now at cplt20.com or at the box office. Join the party. Experience cricket played louder.
We did this broadcast of Republic Bank, CPL.
Let me say welcome back, viewers, welcome back, listeners. It's To The Point for today, Wednesday, the 20th day of September within the year 2023. With me this morning, I have, of course, Parliamentary Representative, of course, for the Sister Isle of Carriacou and Petite, Martinique, Honourable Tevin Andrew with me this morning. Honourable Tevin Andrew, good morning to you once again, sir, and welcome back To The Point. Welcome back.
Thank you. And I was just saying, I think it's important for me to just give a little bit more clarity. That the criteria for the folks from Carriacou, it wasn't just because there wasn't a selection committee in place, I believe, and hence the criteria wasn't followed to select the people from Carriacou. But unfortunately, less letters were issued. But more than 50%, way more than 50% of the people that received the letters then, or that applied and were successful, will be considered or were considered.
All right.
I believe that sometime next week, if I'm not mistaken, sometime on the 26th or thereabout, new letters will be issued to the successful applicants. So hopefully this matter will be put at rest or at bed very soon. But it's unfortunate that everybody tried to make everything into politics, especially the people who are supposed to know better. Make everything political. I understand. When you're in a position and you grasp straws, you try to do any and everything.
All right. Minister, I have another question I would like to ask. It seemed to be a topical one for the last couple of months. We've always been hearing constant talk about it. I really would like to hear from you, the what's behind it, the true story, if we could say it like that. We heard a lot of talk about people being fired, dismissed, sent home. What is the true story behind that? How many have been sent home, if you have that figure before you, and if any, what is the reasoning behind it? If to this whole story that bit, maybe you could give some final clarification to this, and probably could be to end the whole debate if there's one going on.
I don't, when I heard, sometimes I ask myself, what sort of planet are we living on the same planet? Because I keep hearing about mass firing in Carriacou, mass firing, victimization, and all that is happening in Carriacou. And I'm saying, well, where is the mass firing? Where's the mass firing taking place? I don't know. And I recall asking one of the union leaders, mass firing. Could you tell me how much of these people, how much people you claim that was fired? How much is it? And they couldn't even count. They couldn't count the amount of people, because they. So some people are trying to make certain things, trying to make the new government look bad. Some decisions, as I was making, because I made a live sometime yesterday, I was saying some decisions has to be made. When a new government comes in, some people have to go, unfortunately, because some jobs are political jobs, and the same will happen whenever time comes around again. But in terms of mass firing and victimization, I don't know what people are talking about, to be quite honest, because there has been no mass firing in Carriacou and Petite.
But we have heard union leaders speak of trying to get into meetings with of course with the permanent secretary and so forth, and to discuss the firings that took place.
I think we have crossed that bridge already.
Mm-hmm. But there's no issue of any mass firing in Carriacou in terms of folk being fired, dismissed, or sent home in any mass amount. Are you saying that? That's the story behind that.
There's not been any mass firing in Carriacou. The last mass firing that took place in Carriacou was somewhere back in 2013, where almost 100 letters were issued to people after the 2013 general election. That was mass firing. Almost over 100 letters was issued to get rid of a number of people that were working within the service then. Yeah, that was mass firing.
All right. Well, I'm assuming, as you said, that should put some clarification to that and put that matter to rest if it can be. Now, let's talk about the plans for Carriacou.
But I do hope that you could elaborate, because I do wish to elaborate.
Well, if you would like to go right ahead,
because I think you are getting to a point. You're asking a question. I think you should ask the question that you really want to ask, because I know that the person that you had on yesterday brought up a specific individual and a specific issue.
Yes.
And people are saying that the person was fired. The person's contract came to an end. Person's contract came to an end after evaluation. We decided that it might be best that we go with someone else, because I think the leaders, this administration, should be given the leeway to choose the people that we believe have the wherewithal and the skill set in a particular, if they have it in a particular field, to lead or to implement or to help implement our transformational agenda. So whether it's in sports, whether it's in education, whether it's in culture or housing or you name it, I think it's only fair, because that's what the people elected us to do, to lead it and to help implement our plans and policies and programs. And if we believe that some people are not capable of getting it done, I think it's only fair. Any rational thinking person will do the same. Any manager, whether it's in the private sector, will do the same. Any business owner will do the same. So why, when the public, you remember, you're paying us, the taxpayers. You're paying the taxpayers to get the work done. For years, for years is the quality of work, the quality of programs and work that has been happening within the public service. A number of you have not been satisfied with it, and especially here in Carriacou. They have not been satisfied. Even the people are complaining, are not satisfied with it. Even the people that complain now are saying that the decision that we made was a good one. But in public, they're coming out to act as though they are champion for the people, because of course it's politics. But let's be real and stop being hypocrites. Give the leaders an opportunity to choose the people that we believe have the quality, the qualifications, the wherewithal, the passion, the drive to get certain programs implemented, and so that we can all realize the transformational process and agenda. I think that's only fair. Isn't that fair?
I'm in agreement with you, Minister. I'm in total agreement. I mean, you have to do what you have to do once it's in the best interest of.
So when I hear about firing, I'm saying no. Well, hold on. No one was fired. Some people contract might have come to an end, but no one was fired. But in some cases, some people were fired for various things and the unions and us we are dealing with that. It's a handful, less than 4 people.
Yeah. Well, my conversation was being specific to what you brought up pertaining to my guest yesterday. I understand you were kind of in the middle of that a wee bit. I was not being specific on that.
I'm saying to you, don't be afraid when you have me in front of you. Don't be afraid to drill me and ask me the hard questions.
You understand? I was not going to go back to it, but I understand what you're saying. So let's move on. Let's talk about plans for Carriacou and Petite Martinique in terms of the agricultural sector. What are some of the plans that you have in place in terms of moving forward with agriculture in Carriacou and Petite Martinique?
Yeah, so I think the 2 main things for us is, one, to help improve livestock. Because reality is that we import too much meat, especially the things that we once produced here in Carriacou. Back in the day, if you wanted beef, you wanted pork, quality, yeah? You wanted mutton, or you wanted lamb. The place to come was Carriacou. As a matter of fact, folks from Trinidad, folks from St. Vincent, folks from Barbados came to Carriacou to get quality breed animals and exported it to St. Vincent, Barbados, wherever. Go work with it. In Grenada as well. And there's a total reverse. So what we are doing, as I've stated earlier on, is to build quality sheds. We've already paid for some hybrid quality animals that is coming in. We for years, the Ministry Division of Agriculture was without a veterinarian unit. Sometime last year, upon getting into office, recognizing the vision that we had to improve the livestock industry in Carriacou and Petite Martinique, we hired a vet, and we reintroduced the veterinarian unit, and that is well on and the vet and the veterinarian unit assistant vets are doing extremely well. So it's not only a service that is provided. That's only the vet and the unit is not only providing service to the government farms, but also to the residents, so to the farmers of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. So those are some of the things. The other thing is to improve storage capacity for water. That's been a cry for farmers on the island. So we're trying to work along with NAWASA. NAWASA has its own challenges, but we're trying to work along with them and other funding agencies so that we can improve on catchment. Because the issue here is not that rain don't fall. It's not that rain doesn't fall. It's the issue here is catchment and storage, especially storage. So we have to work on improving that. So we've seek funding from various funding agencies, and we're working along with them to build and improve our storage capacity. The good thing is that we have done an excellent job so far this year to improving our storage capacity at our Bele plant. Moving it to this year alone, I think we managed to increase by over 40 gallons.
Let me also hear, Minister, what are some of the plans that are in place for fishing, especially in Petite Martinique? What are some of those plans that are in place?
Well, continuous support to the fishermen, especially the longliners, the tuna fishermen, and so on. Continuous support for them. They don't usually ask for much, but whatever they usually ask for, we give them support. I know recently they had some issues with the trading with a license to export fish, and within a couple of days after bringing the complaints to me, that was dealt with. We have given them a number of support for the fishermen corporation buildings through the Fisherman Corporation. We've given them a number of support for the fisheries by donating ice machines, funding to help build it. And as I said, it's near completion. And of course, training and many other things that we are doing. So it's a work in progress. And here in Carriacou, as I said, we've gotten a freezer truck from the people and government of Japan, which is helping both the fishermen of Petite and Carriacou extremely well. We are improving the Windward fish market by building a brand new fish market in Windward, and many other things. So there are many plans in place, but however, it's 14 months. It's the first budget, and with time we would get there. We want to encourage more fishermen, younger people, to get involved in the fishing trade. Reality is that we have more sea space than land, and the opportunities out there are great.
All right. There's also been an issue regarding fuel shortage over the past years. You tell us, what's it caused and what's been done to address that particular issue within the sister isles of Carriacou and Petite Martinique?
So the fuel shortage is the fuel shortage. I would not call it a shortage, but I think it's full planning one, and external issues is what caused the issue. But I think it's only on one or two occasions we had that issue. One, the boat that brings in the fuel, because the draft in the area that has to collect the fuel is so low, the botting space is too low. The boat usually have to give the fuel to the other islands before coming to Carriacou. So Carriacou is the last stop. And over the couple of months prior, the demand for fuel has grown extremely high, because you had a number of we were supporting and to some extent still supporting the folks from Union, because remember the Union gas station was destroyed by fire. It's not been yet up and running. So a number of people from Union has been coming to Carriacou to get gas, because they do a number of fishing as well, short line fishing and so on. So that has been the case. But what has been done to address it? We've since spoken to the representatives of Sol and Bullion and Sons. So what they are doing, they will expand on or build new storage facilities, and it's a work in progress. They're also going to extend the area for where they're taking the fuel. So at least that will no longer be an issue. And with the added storage for fuel, hopefully the issue of shortages would be a non-issue.
All right. And let's also talk about the expansion of the airport. That has been a talk. What's the process and how's that going along?
So it's not just the expansion of the airport, but the lighting of the airport. So for budget 2023, we put aside some money for us to light up the airport runway, but to add night landing capabilities so that we can have night landing at the Lawrenson Airport. However, what we first had to do a study, and ECA did the study. They came back with a preliminary report, and there's a number of things that has to happen for that to take place. But in addition to the night landing, we decided we're going to take a comprehensive approach, not just lighting up the runway, but also expanding the runway. And the reason for that is because since the new government got in office, a number of individuals, a number of investors have shown key interest in Carriacou and Petite Martinique, the possibility of making some major investments here in the tourism sector. And now, if we are going to, and sooner rather than later, we really have to think about, really and truly, Carriacou will soon be It is becoming, but will be the tourism hub within the Grenadines. So we have to make the preparations. So that is what's being done now. So I know that hopefully the actual report will be completed in the not too distant future. When that happens, we are going to see how we expand or extend the runway, improve the terminal, and implement night landing facilities so that planes can land here at night in Carriacou.
All right. Minister, we drew for a break. Let's take it. We come back and have some more, of course, to our viewers and listeners. If you do have a question or two in the next segment, you can actually chime in also. We'll be right back. Stay with us, folks.
National Lotteries Authority is a proud sponsor of many cultural activities within the tri-island state of Grenada.
My name is Anderson Matheson, also known as Leftist, and I'm a calypsonian and string band music player from Carriacou. I support the games of the National Lottery Authority because culture benefits tremendously. Annually, the NLA supports the Carriacou and Petite Carnival, the Carriacou String Band Music Festival, and all regattas, among other activities. When I play the game of the NLA, I can see where my money goes, and it's an investment into our culture.
Yes, Grenada, when you play the games of the NLA, you enable us to invest in the skills and talents of our people in the areas of sports, culture, and nation building.
Introducing the NIS Dream Loan, where possibilities are boundless and your aspirations are our priority. No matter where life takes you, NIS Dream Loans are here to make your dreams a reality. From purchasing your first plot of land or dream property to renovating spaces, building your home, and seamlessly switching mortgages, we cater to every step of your journey. And here's what sets us apart. We offer easy financing options with competitive interest rates, quick approval processes, and flexible repayment terms. So why wait? Apply now and let our dedicated NIS team guide you through this exciting journey. Visit nisgrenada.org/dream loan or call 440-3309 to book an appointment. Terms and conditions apply. Your dream awaits.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers. To the point for today, Wednesday, the 20th of September, here on Classic Radio and GBN TV. Let's say also welcome back to Minister Tevin Andrew, the MP for the Sister Isles of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Mr. Andrew, I do have a question that I typically ask all ministers when they do, all MP ministers when they do pop in. But this is what I want to ask you this morning. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate yourself as the MP for Carriacou and Petite Martinique over the last year and months, and especially in compared to the last two MPs? We have the Kintramatron Spro, the MP, and the late Tevin Nimrod. How do you rate yourself between 1 and 10?
I think that's a tricky question, That's a question. I think that Honorable Elvin Nimrod, and may his soul rest in peace, has played his part in the advancement and development of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. He has done quite a lot for Carriacou and Petite Martinique, and I believe he must be commended for what he has done in his time, what he could have done in his time. So he has done a lot, and of course he had over 20 years of doing it, because he came in as he didn't win, but he was a minister. He served as a minister within the cabinet. And after that, he became member of parliament. So he spent, I think, first 3 or 4 years as a minister of government representing Carriacou unofficially, because he was not the MP, but as a senator. I believe he was a senator then. And then over 17 or 18 years as a member of parliament. So he has played his part. And then you had Sister Kindra Mathurin, magistrate, who played her part in 4.5 years, doing what she could have done. As a matter of fact, there are some things that she has started, which I'm carrying out, and she must be commended for that. So I believe MPs play their part. They do what they can. I am not in the business of bashing anybody. I believe that they did what they could have done in their time. If you ask me if more could have and should have been done, yes, more could have and should have been done. I see some of the challenges that they face. Some of the challenges that they face might have been the bureaucracy system that's in place with government, and sometimes you leave things up to others and hoping that it will get done, and it's not done. I also think that that former MP Nimrod and Matrin, especially Matrin, might have been afraid to make certain decisions because she didn't want to step on the toes of some of us supporters who are in the public service in Carriacou here, and she was concerned, probably was concerned about her political career, and probably didn't make certain bold decisions, and of course that might have affected her later on. Unlike me, I'm not afraid of making any decisions as long as the people benefit from it. So some of the public servants in Grenada will tell you that I could be very brash, I can be very bold. Some of them might say, say all sorts of things about me. But sometimes you have to be tough. You have to be bold, and sometimes they may even say you're rude. I try my best to be very polite, but when it comes to getting things done for Carriacou and Petite, even the public servants here in Carriacou, sometimes you just have to be tough to get it done, including some of my supporters, because it matters not whether you're a supporter or not. You get the job done. I was elected to carry out a mandate. I was given to carry out a mandate by the people as a member of parliament, and I was given a mandate to carry out a duty as minister by the prime minister, and I have to get the job done. It matters not whether you're a supporter, non-supporter. If you're not doing your job, it's either you shape up or you get out. It's as simple as that, because we're here to serve the public. You're here to serve the public.
All right.
So
I do have another question. It may sound a bit controversial, but there's a particular video that is circulated that claims that you claiming that businesses are doing fine. It have received a little bit of social media feedback a wee bit. Do you care to expand on it a wee bit? Well, I'm saying that there's a video of you claiming that businesses are doing fine. All right.
Yeah.
And it have received a bit of social media feedback a little bit on that particular video. Do you care to expand on that?
Businesses are doing fine. I told you, JT, about a $3.2 million project, solar PV project that is taking place in Limley. I told you about the Limley farmhouse that has been upgraded, the Windward Fish Market has been upgraded, the bathroom, the toilet facility at the Botanical Gardens that is being done, the Bel Air Road where over $2 million is expected to be spent, and all the other roads that has been built in and around Carriacou, the building and the building of sidewalks, drains, widening of the streets throughout Hillsborough and so on. Where are all the materials coming from? The blocks, the cement, the gravel, the sand, you name it. Where is it coming from? Is it coming from the sky? It's coming from the businesses here. And the businesses are I'm speaking after the businesses. They're the one that is commending this government, including some of the business owners that support the other side. But we're not in the business of who support who. Business. They are all kayaks in the end of the day. They are commending the government, the operators, the machine operators, the truck drivers. The contractors. Before time, you had only one contractor getting most of the contracts, if not all. And in this case, you have several contractors. I've
lost the minister there for some reason. I'm not sure, maybe a connection issue. May have lost him for a wee bit. And I'm not sure if you, Minister, if you're hearing me.
With contracts, DP works and so on. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I think I broke up a little.
Yeah, we broke up a little bit for a little bit, but maybe you can continue. We could just move on.
I am saying that the businesses has benefited a lot.
All right.
Because of all the projects that is taking place in Carriacou, the materials is coming from them. And they're the one that is commending the government. They are the ones that are saying, well, never before, apart from elections, that they are seeing this amount of businesses taking place, the turnover. Before time, might have been a case during an election, these things happen. But throughout, from the moment time we got into now, they've been getting steady business, and they are commending the government for that. So upon those comments by the business owners and by the businesses, I made the statement that I made.
Okay.
And I could pull out the receipts,
All right.
with the millions of dollars that has been pumped. Millions of dollars have been pumped into the economy of Carriacou, and how businesses have been impacted positively, including the farm assistance program, where farmers, a number of farmers were given materials, fencing material, tanks, and whatever, and all the other materials and so on to secure their farms and so on. Where did those materials come from? Thousands of dollars worth of materials. It came from the local businesses that are commending the government for it, because it hasn't happened in our time.
All right.
Apart from election time.
All right. So this segment, we're going to open the lines to the listening and viewing public. This one, I'm sure there are questions or two they may like to ask or comments they may like to make. Let's go over to the phone line. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Morning, GT, and morning to the minister. First of all, let me congratulate the minister on his bravery in dealing with some of the issues that historically people are afraid to deal with, including replacing people who are obstacles to the progress of your administration. The previous NDC government allowed itself to be derailed, and I hope that you folks don't do the same thing. I mean, there are people, for instance, there's somebody who's supposed to be in New York this week who is not allowed to go, and other people who is not qualified, who is not official is there. I mean, these kind of things have to be stopped. But let me deal with my issue. One is that, Mr. Minister, on the issue of local government, where you stand on that? I know that has been a big issue for Carriacou over the years. I also want to know, in terms of library, what is the library situation? Because I'm a big person on library. We don't have a library in Grenada. And then in terms of governance, that's as distinct from the local government. In terms of people being held accountable for the wrong they have done, one of the criticisms that people have had about this new government is that they're making the same mistake as was done in the past. They're not apprehending anyone who has done wrong, and we know a lot of those folks do wrong, and they're creating a lot of trouble up to now. Outside of their ability to do wrong and benefit from it, they're creating disturbance and so on. So what are we going to do to ensure that these people, their effects are minimized? Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Minister, you want to respond to the caller?
Excellent question, caller. Thank you so very much. On the issue of local government has been one of my biggest pet peeves. I've been championing local government for as long as I could remember. So where we at with local government is we have drafted. The legal drafters are working on a bill that was that we worked on, and hopefully it will be presented to cabinet not too long from now, and then into parliament, and then will be sent off to parliament. So that's where we are. It took a little time because the Ministry of Legal Affairs has some challenges in terms of staffing and with the building, and some of the legal drafters have to work from home. And of course, other bills took priority over the local government bills, because you have some pressing ones like the NIS bills and many other bills that we went to Parliament to deal with. So it took precedence over that. So the limited drafters that we had working on several bills had to place their emphasis on the bills that we deemed priority, because it had to be done, or else there would have been consequences. So the time is not being spent on the local government bill. We were hoping that we would have gotten it in the last quarter of the parliamentary cycle. But this year, unfortunately, Parliament is not prorogued. So hopefully for the first or second quarter of next year, we should be seeing some movements on the local government bill for Carriacou and Petite. Regarding the library, we do have a mini library in Carriacou. And certainly I agree with you, reading is something, and studying is something that we have to try and get back in the groove. To be quite honest with you, nothing really has been done. I know that through the ministry we have assisted a number of people who are interested in sending books to Carriacou, and we welcome that. And I know the library loaded with a number of books. But to be quite honest, I hadn't done anything as yet as yet, to help improve, upgrade, enhance, and encourage people to use the library. So, but I thank you so much for bringing that question.
All right. Let's entertain another caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Teleford. Good morning to the Honorable Tevin Andrew, MP for Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Greetings from the Market Square of Grenville. You've been on the get-go from the onset. You're a hard worker. I just want to commend all those who work behind the scenes to make things possible. And just let us know that with God, all things are possible. I don't think Carriacou could ask for more. I mean, you've been just going and going like the Energizer battery. God bless you, and thank you for working with us. You've cried so much, so many times you've lost. This is your time to shine. Have a great day, son.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. 435-2041. We have approximately 8 minutes left on the show this morning, and we do have another caller. Let's take another caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Go right ahead, please.
Yes, I want to say good morning to that gentleman, Mr. Tevin Andrews.
Good morning.
I never forget you, Mr. Andrews. You and Mr. Ron Redhead. I never forget that time all you was on GBN actually every day. And God, and all you getting licks, all you taking licks, all you taking all you get. But God bless today. I see you win. And I'm so happy for you. I told the minister about you. She told me one day she's going to give me a surprise with you. But I hope I get that surprise. Thank you so much, baby. Take it easy.
Thank you,
Love
caller.
you.
Thank you so much. 435-2041. Getting some love there, Minister. Let's take another caller. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, sir, and good morning to Tevin.
Good morning.
Congratulations to you, man. How you doing, man? I met you a couple of times, so I'm happy that you achieve your goal. You know, 'cause I know you love politics. But my question to you is that citizen by investment is basically a man or woman living in their country, looking for a second passport in another country to avoid paying income tax in their country. Right? They came to Grenada here and invest, and they get a passport. Or whatever happened with the government of Grenada, I don't know, the nitty-gritty. But we were in court, and we had to pay them, I think it's $22 million, approximately. Now, they still kept the passport. Now, if they have the passport, that means they could go around the world and do business as a Grenadian. So I don't see what sense we have them keeping our passport if you have to pay them. Take back our passport from them, because with the passport, they can travel to any visa-rich country that Grenada have access to and do business on Grenada name. So we pay them and they're still using Grenada name to do business to avoid paying taxes in their country. So they're still getting us as they go along for 5 years. So they win, and we lose. So, I mean, I don't know what point you make on that, but I'm just saying that this is kind of bad for us. If somebody is not doing good, you have to pay them, they have to give you back what you're selling. It's as simple as that. Have a nice day, bro.
All right, thank you, caller. Thank you so much. Melissa, you want to respond?
Yeah, thank you, caller. I think, and thank you for your question. I think it's an important question. However, I believe this is a question more so for the folks involved in CBI, so probably the chairman, Mr. Duncan, or probably the line minister responsible for CBI. So I'll report the question there. Yeah. So probably when you have those folks, GT, probably you could record the question.
So true. I probably will do that. Let's take another caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Telesford. Good morning to Senator. How you doing? Boots on the ground. What a man to be on the program this morning after listening yesterday and saying them things, nothing in Carriacou. And look at how much things you could tell the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique what taking place. I like that. When you see they come with their lies and propaganda, don't let it just come back the next day and tell us the truth. So them go always look inferior, because I can't understand what these people and them getting and so far. And let me tell you something. I find all you NDC supporting working on the housing properly, I want all to turn it over to the bank. The bank, when they don't pay the bank, they take the house and they sell it. So that's going to make them more responsible when you get something and you have to pay. This past administration teach Grenadian to be so much of bad pay. I know you have people in Grenada live here, go overseas, work hard, and try to invest in the country in housing, and they have to see so much of trouble below them people that renting. They're renting, they're living with water bill, phone, they're living with light bill. They're breaking up tile, they're breaking up things, and they don't care. They're just looking for a next person to hurt them. So I wish all you could do something better with this house. When you have to pay and you don't pay, the bank going to sell it and other people might get it. So that is why I never see somebody owe you when for you to come and make right to them and say, well, give me a 3 months again or 6 months ago pay. They want the haircut. So they feel now is NNP is in power, so they want the haircut. That's why they don't pay 7 years for the houses. And they want NDC to just waive it. So,
all right, caller. Take another 10 seconds and wrap, please. Thank you so much. Minister, we're moving up. We have just about a minute left on today's program. I would invite you with some closing comments, and before we take a wrap.
If you have a minute, let me just say this. Hold on. I think it's important for me to update the residents of Carriacou and Petite Martinique while I have the opportunity on the port, the Hillsborough Port or jetty project. Now, two citizens, we have citizen Leo Joseph and citizen Trevor Kent, who paid out of pocket for a study to be done on the port, the jetty project, the port. And I'm happy to say that we've received the report. We have seen we've seen the damages that has been done. And so far, a team, including myself and Prime Minister, have met with Ports Authority to start the discussion about what structure we're going to put in place to realize to accommodate some sort of passenger arrivals at Hillsborough. So that plan is in motion. In addition to that, we did promise. We did budgeted and pay for 2 fire tenders, one for Petite Martinique, one for Carriacou. The unfortunate thing is that you don't just a fire tender is something that has to be modified and made specifically for the terrain that you're procuring it for. So it's taking a little longer than expected, but those are on the way, and yeah. So I think it was important that I mentioned those things. I did mention a little about the underwater sculpture park that hopefully will be coming to Carriacou. And there's some major announcements. I'll wait for us to dot the I's and cross the T's before making, as relates to major investments that hopefully will be taking place in Carriacou in the not too distant future. All of this, GT, in addition to all that I've mentioned before, is taking place in 14 months.
Yes.
In 14 months. If this is not a member of parliament that the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique then something wrong.
All right. Any other closing comments before we take a wrap? Any other closing comments?
Well, the closing comments is thank you very much for the interview, and don't hesitate to ask for me specifically if you wish to get any clarification or updates in terms of what's happening. I'll make myself available. And of course, thanks to the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. I think we're doing a lot of work, including the Petite Martinique, which I failed to mention that we're doing. I think yesterday I did a video and I mentioned 200 feet of road, but we're doing over 2,000 feet of road in Petite Martinique in the Madam Pay area. So no, we're not leaving out anybody. Petite Martinique as well as Carriacou is being impacted. In addition to that, there's no teller machine in Petite Martinique, and we're this close, almost close, to working with a financial institution so that we can get a teller machine in Petite Martinique in the not too distant future.
All right.
And also improvement on the jetty and continuous road project and enhancement projects and so on that we're doing over there. So a lot is taking place. 14 months I've been elected as your MP and as your minister. And I think we're doing so far so good.
All right. I want to thank you once again, Honourable MP, and of course, interesting conversation all morning. As you mentioned, if I ever need to have another discussion with you, I hope when the opportunity presents itself, we could certainly do that again. Thanks and all the best to all the folks at Carriacou. Have yourself a great day, sir. Thanks once again.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, folks, that's how we take a wrap for today's program. For To The Point, thanks all who contributed to today's program. Whether you called, you sent a message. I know there were lots of folks trying to call in, but didn't get the opportunity to get it, of course, because of time constraints. Until, have yourself a great day, folks. That's why I say goodbye and all the best, of course, because of time constraints.
It's time to do better.
Have yourself a great day, folks.